Greetings everyone, it's Prajwal from Coding Crunch and today we are going to code a very simple HTML and CSS mini project with a small little animation of bubble floating. So let's get started, but before getting started, please like and share the video and please subscribe to my channel if you like a content. So let's get started. So here I'm using Visual Studio for coding and here I'm having a folders with the name of CSS, HTML and IMG and I named IMG for images folder and in IMG folder I'm having 5 images and let's get into HTML folder and let's create an file with the name of miniproject.html. Let's create another file in the CSS folder with the name of style.css. Let's get into miniproject.html. Let's link an CSS file. Let's give the path for the CSS file. Let's get into body tag and let's create an class with the name of project. And in the class of project, let's create another class with the class of logo. And in the class of logo, let's insert an image. I'm taking the logo.png. Let's give the path for that image. And let's get into project class again and let's create another class with the name of login. And in the class of login, let's create another class with the name of site banner. And in the class of site banner, let's insert an image. I'm using the logo image again. I'm actually using the logo.png image again in this class. Let's give the path for that image. I'm using logo.png in this class. And let's get into login class again. And let's create another class with the name of form. And in the form class, I'm using 3list tag. And in the first list, I'm using input tag. And I'm taking the type as text. And in the second list, I'm using the input tag again. And I'm taking the type as password. And in the third list, I'm using button. And I'm naming that button as a login. Let's again get into project class and let's create another class with the name of bubble. And in the class of bubble, I'm taking the image of bubble.png. I'm giving the path of that image. Let's copy it and let's paste it for 10 times. No, for 9 times. I needed 10 images. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's it. Let's save it and let's get into live server. Let's open it in a live server. So here I'm having an content which I'm inserted in the HTML file. Let's style this web page in the CSS file. Let's get into style.css. I'm taking padding as 0, margin as 0, and box sizing as border box. Let's get into project class of that HTML file. Project. Let's give the width as 100% and height as 100 VH and position as relative, and let's give the overflow as hidden. Let's give the background for this class URL. I'm using background.jpg. Background size as cover. Background position as center. Center. Background repeats as no repeat. Let's save it and let's open it in a live server. Yeah, here we are having an background image. So let's style it further. Sorry, I'm taking logo class in the HTML file. So here I'm taking in logo class. Giving width as 100%. Height as auto. Let's style the image which is present in the logo class. I'm giving the width for this image as 251 pixel and height as auto. Let's save it and let's get into HTML file. Let's style the login class. I'm giving the width as 50% for this class height as 60 VH. So here in the class of logging, where we are actually having two classes, and I need those classes side by side like this. So I'm giving the flex on here, display as flex, and I'm giving the position as absolute. Let's save it, and I need the space from the left side somewhere between 25%. Let's style the side banner class, and in the side banner I'm giving the width as 100% and height as 60 VH. I'm giving the background image for this class, background, URL, sideband.jpg. I'm using the sideband.jpg as a background for this class. So let's style the image which is present in the side banner class, giving the width for that image as 100%. Oh, sorry, 251 pixel, and I'm giving the padding top for a top. I need a space from a top somewhere between 110 pixel, and I'm giving the position as absolute for this image. Let's save it and let's open it in a live server. So let's get into side banner. Let's give the background position as center. Let's get into form class. Let's give the width for this class as 100% and height as 60 VH. And background as transparent. Let's save it and let's open it in a live server. So here we are having an banner with a side banner, and we have to align the image of coding crunch in a center. So let's take the image bit further top. So I'm decreasing the top on here as 100 pixel. Let's open it. Let's give the padding left as 5%. Let's save it and let's open it in the live server. So here the image is aligned. So let's get into form class. Let's take the list on here. So in the form class we are having a 3 list, and let's take the list and let's style the list on here. Dot. Giving the list style as none, and padding left as 25 pixel. So let's save it and let's open it in a live server. Yeah. Let's get into mini project.html file, and let's get into form class, and let's insert an h1 text, and I'm inserting the text of login. Let's save it and let's get into CSS file, and let's take the h1 from the form class. Let's give the font size for that for class, sorry, for the text, font size as somewhere as 20 pixel, and font family as Segue. Let's save it and padding left as now. Let's align the text as center. Center. Let's save it and let's open it in a live server. So here I'm having the font which is aligned in the middle. So let's get into list, giving the padding top as 25 pixel, and font size as 20 pixel. Let's save it and let's get into HTML file. Let's insert the text in the list as username, I'm giving the break tag, and let's insert the text in the second list as password. Let's give the break tag for this. Let's save it. Let's give the font family for this list, family as serif, and let's give the color as white, and let's give the color for the h1 in the form as a white only. So let's save it. Let's take the input type, text, and let's style that width as 30%, no 50%, border none, border bottom 2 pixel, solid white. So let's save it, and let's give the outline as none. Let's copy this and let's paste it again, and let's change the text to password. Let's save it, and let's open it in a live server. Let's give the background as a transparent, same for the text type. Let's save it, and let's open it in a live server. So here we are having a username along with the text area entry. So let's design the button which is present in the form. Let's style the button in the form class. Type as button. Let's give the width for the button 30% and height as 60 pixel and background transparent, and border as none, and outline as 2 pixel, solid white. So let's save it and open it in a live server. It's not accepting actually, but I have given the right way. Let's copy this text and let's give it in a inline. Let's get into mini project.html. Let's get into button. Let's insert the style. Let's copy this. Let's save it. Let's open it in a live server. Here it's appearing. Let's decrease the button size as 30% and let's give the font size as font size as 20 pixel and pointer cursor and let's give the color as white for the font. Let's save it and let's open it in a live server. Let's correct the font size of 20 pixel. Yeah. Let's give the font family as Segue. Yeah, it's appearing well. Let's get into the class of bubble on here and let's style the bubble class dot view. I'm giving the width as 100% and height as auto. I'm giving the display flex as flex and padding as not a padding and position as absolute and justify content as space around and let's style the images which is present in the bubble class. I'm giving the width for these images as 50 pixel and the top as 0, and align item center. Let's save it and let's open it in a live server. So here we are having a bubbles, and let's align these bubbles. The size of the bubble has been decreased for 50 pixel from its initial size. So let's remove the top tag on here and let's get into the bubble class, and let's give the bottom as 0. Let's save it and let's give align item as center, and let's give the animation on here and name it as a bubble. Let's remove the LIE. Let's give some space and let's give the time as 7 seconds with the linear infinite. Let's save it. Let's open a keyframe with the animation name. With the animation name of bubble. Let's take the 0%. Transform translate as translate. Y as 0 and opacity as 0, and let's copy it and let's paste it for 2 times. %, 70%, and let's paste it again. It's for 100%. Let's remove the transform translate from 50 and 70% of keyframes, and in the transform translate Y of 100%, let's give as minus 90 VH. Let's save it and let's change the opacity as 1 for 50% and 70% on here. Let's save it and let's open it in a live server. So here we can see the bubble floating from bottom to top and disappearing before reaching the top. So but there is a mistake on here. Every bubble is floating equally, so we have to change the time slab on here. So let's change the time slab for the images, which we have to give in the let's choose the bubble class and choose the image and nth child of with an child of 1, and let's give the time slab for this image. Animation delay as 3 seconds with a width of that image as 30 pixel. So let's save it and let's open it in a live server. Here we can see one image size has decreased and it's appearing in a different time slab actually. So let's do it for remaining images like this. Let's copy it. Let's paste it for 9 times. Let's change the width and time for every image. So let's save it. I have changed the animation delay seconds and the width for every image, and I have saved it, and let's open it in a live server. So here we can see the bubble animation, and the bubbles are floating very well on here, and they are coming in different time slab. And let's give the padding top for this form H1 so that it can align in the middle. Where is H1? Top as 20%. Let's save it. Let's open it in a live server. Yeah, it's aligned well and it's appearing so good. So thank you so much for this today, for this opportunity, guys. It's my first video. I don't know. It took so much of time to make it, and it is a bit longer. Please like and share the video if you like the content. Thank you so much.